Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Allie G Show for track 22. I feel like every single week I'm going to be like, I can't believe I made it this far. But that's all thanks to you for listening. Before I jump into this week's guest, I wanted to share a little milestone in my running journey. This past weekend, I had my first back-to-back long runs for my ultra training, and let me tell you, my legs are shaking. No, I'm just kidding, but I am very proud of myself for doing back-to-back, as it was definitely challenging mentally to stay focused for so long. I obviously repped my backline tights, my Riverside crop, and some new socks, which are coming out to you guys super soon. So don't forget to check out backline.com, that's BAKLINE.com, and use code AllieG for a fun little discount. And with that, today I am here to talk with Luke Schlaifer about his personal running journey, how he got into sports photography, and so much more. I loved this episode so much because I've known Luke for so long and I've had the chance to watch him grow into an awesome human being. So tune in and let me know what you did think. All right. I am sitting here with Luke Schlaifer. Luke, what's up? Welcome to the Allie G Show. I feel like the last time I talked to you was when we were 13 years old, and now our worlds are so perfectly colliding. So what's going on? Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And I also, we were just talking for a second off this, and like I think running is so sick, and I think you doing it, I think it's weird because we've known each other for so long through like family, friends, family, and them being friends growing up, and now it's like this space where I saw you at one point and followed you because I knew you, but then you were also running. And I was like, wait, this is kind of sick. And a couple times we still need to set up some kind of running thing because
Yeah, we do.
You and all the other runners, it's just one, I don't know how you do it, and it's sick. So it's cool to now be doing this.
Yeah, no. Well, thank you for that. And I mean, same back to you. I mean, of course I followed you forever because, we've been friends for a while, but you know, when you got into all this photography and this sports photography and everything, all of the cool stuff you're doing right now, I'm like, damn, Luke, this is so cool. So I'm so happy you're here to talk about it. And I guess if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off? Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do. I know where you're from, but for the people that don't know,
Yeah.
tell us everything.
All right, cool. Well, my name is Luke Schlaifer, and I'm a sports photographer. I live in Mercer County, New Jersey. I always end up saying that because a lot of people don't know
I
like
know.
where I'm from. And so I got into photography. I want to say, well, first off, my whole life I was into art. So like in seventh grade, I got my first like real camera, but I didn't use it. I was just like, my birthday's November 22nd. So every year I'd get money for my birthday. I would go spend it on Black Friday, which is the following Friday. It's like whatever Friday after my birthday, that's what it is. So I would just go and spend all the cash I got. And in seventh grade, I think it was when Target would like open at 12 a.m.
Oh, when
And
they were still open on Black
yeah,
Friday. Yeah.
yeah. And it would like, we'd run in and then we'd get whatever was the good deals. And then I got a camera and I didn't use it again until senior year of high school. I had a few friends that I was just like doing it for fun here and there, but I had no clue what I was doing. It was like on auto mode. I knew nothing. Then I didn't think anything of it. And I just kept doing it with my friends. And then I went to Mercer after Montclair for a year. I transferred just to like save money. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do in my life yet. So it was like this whole process of me trying to figure out my like identity in a way. I was playing basketball at Mercer. I got sick and I had to take off the second semester. So then I picked up that camera again, started using it. And then for Christmas, because basketball season, we still practice and everything during that. But I was sick, so I couldn't. So I ended up getting a new camera. And I was like, I have this whole second semester now to do all these things. What do I do in my life? And I was just taking photos for fun at my local high school. I went to Mercer and would take photos of the games because I was still like, I wasn't on the team because I was sick, but like it wasn't like I quit in a way. So
Right, like you're still on the bench, but you're like
yeah,
injured reserved.
yeah. So they just kind of and I wasn't gonna be able to come back for the whole season. So because basketball ends still in the winter, so it's almost like it's the end of the first semester and the beginning of second semester that basketball season is. So I just started going to games and taking pictures because I knew I wasn't going to come back. And I just kept doing it. And then I just kind of fell in love with it. I think I reached out to a bunch of people that I didn't know, but they were basketball players and athletes in the area, and I just reached out and was like, "Can I come to your workout and take pictures for free? I'll give you all the photos." And at that point, I knew nothing I was doing with it. Like it was just for pure, just fun because I was missing the whole semester. So I was like,
Hmm.
"What am I gonna do?" And yeah, from there it just kind of took off. I really don't even know how I got to this point. I just kind of keep it rolling and enjoy it a lot. And I don't know, it's been sick. So
I know. I love to hear that, and I love that you always write "love the process"
yeah,
on
yeah,
all of your Instagram posts
yeah,
because it's true. I mean, I know that people won't get it again because I've known you forever, like truly when we were children.
yeah,
And now like seeing you, it truly is a process, and have you have photographed all of these awesome NBA athletes, and you went to Indian Wells, I think was
yeah, yeah,
recently, right? And like how did you find yourself in that space? Was it from reaching out to all these
yeah.
athletes, or
You hear
you
my
just find
dog
yourself in the mix?
in the
No,
back.
you're good. You're
Um,
good. Mine are gonna start barking too, don't worry.
um,
Yeah.
I feel like one of the best qualities people could have in terms of networking and business, I guess, kind of, and really just in life, like getting friends and applying that to anything is like being outgoing.
Hmm.
And I feel like in a way I'm like too outgoing, but it works with work, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I think that and just like me and my mom talk about this sometimes and she's like, you don't realize like how much of a skill these things are that you just like naturally do. And
Hmm.
it would be being outgoing and just having this like constant persistence
Yeah.
no matter what. And I think I probably learned that from my mom for sure. But then I
Hmm.
like later in life I'm now able to apply it without even realizing to something like photography that any like self entrepreneur space starting from nothing space is like that consistency and that persistence. Like I have messages from 2019 that I was sending to Nike, to Wilson, to
It's
all these
amazing.
brands. But it was when I first started, like I had no business reaching out to these places, but I didn't care. I just like reached out to everybody and like anybody I was inspired by, I reached out to them, sent emails. And in
Hmm.
my head, like in all honesty, I never once thought about like what would happen if they don't answer. Like I never like
Right.
be a failure thing. It was always just like I almost expected people to not answer.
Hmm.
So then I was
Hmm.
like, I'm just pushing it, but like why not? Because that one thing could like come through or something.
Yeah.
Um and I think yeah, just being outgoing and just being super persistent and not really, I guess, considering the rejection part of it or the like
Hmm.
failure side of it is like not something I ever thought of. And still really I don't. So I really feel like that's the most consistent thing that I did to get me to where I'm at. I think obviously skill is involved and, you know,
Hmm.
developing those things, but I really do think I just like want to be a good person and like set like by example and, you know, be outgoing and just get to know people and just have that genuine connection. So I think that's a space with my work that's been really cool where I've been able to build that with so many clients to the point where like I feel like I'm almost friends with a lot of them, and we've just gone along, and it just turns into so much work, and I'm super grateful for it. But yeah, I guess
That's awesome.
that's how I got here. I guess.
I love it. Did you get
Yeah.
any responses from Nike back then, or
No,
you didn't
no,
hear
no, no,
none?
no, no, none.
Damn,
I
they're
think
missing out.
I
They'll,
have, I have like I have a screenshot that I did this. I reached out to Wilson as well, and I have this screenshot that like ended up being me reaching out in 2019, I believe, and then the first like interaction thing was like 2023 or something. So it was like you see the message above with the date of 2019,
yeah,
and then right below it, it was either 2022 or 2023. The
yeah,
first time they like DM'd me or like reposted something or something like that that I did
that's
for
so
them, and
cool.
it's like that. Those little things for me are the biggest things that like remind myself to love the process because it never goes the way you want it to. I
Hmm.
feel like if you do put that pressure on yourself, you're just going to never be content because there's certain things we don't even have control of on our own in a way, you know? Like
Totally.
you could show up every day, but you're not able to be the person on the other side hiring you or saying like, let's bring Luke on for this one thing or, you know? So
Hmm.
I would just kind of, I think, have the mindset of like stay in control of the things I'm able to and just trust in the work and the process of it, and that whole thing, love the process. It's kind of all like it's a real thing. It's not a fake it till you make it, but like I definitely struggle with loving the process and enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I think it's something is that as much as it could be something for other people, it's for myself as well. So I think
Yeah.
that's something I try to really remind myself of. Enjoy these little things, and that's part of the process. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love to hear it. And I guess getting a little technical, like what is your legitimate process? Like your pre-shoot, post-shoot process, right? So if someone reaches out to you, what's the first thing? Like are you the creative director of your own shoot or are you going based on what the athlete wants?
Yeah, that's a good question because to be honest with you, a lot of times it depends if it's like a free thing that I'm just
Yeah.
doing for myself or if like if money's involved, usually there's like a creative director. There's a,
Mhm.
someone in the space of the certain company or brand that's a creative that is then telling me like, hey, this is the ideas we have, and I'm able to like give my input. And
Mhm.
usually it's like this, honestly. You'll get on a call on a FaceTime or a Zoom call and you'll talk about like this is what we have as a vision for this. And I'm able to say like, oh hey, you know, I have this location that gives this vibe, or like talking
Mhm.
about certain lenses and different like photography terms that are just things that matter into the creation of giving that vision or that idea. Honestly, I think like I'll do my best to kind of give my creative input. But when
Mhm.
it comes to getting paid, that's not always the case, which makes
Right.
sense too. These brands, like these people have full time jobs with this company that their job
Right.
is to be a creative director or, have that initial putting together of the idea and the vision. So when it's up to me, like for example, if me and you were to do a shoot, that would probably be something that I would come up with like a inspo board kind of thing. I
Mhm.
would send it to you and say, hey, let me know what you think of this, and I would love to do these things. But if you also have any ideas, or I know that you've been kind of in the running photography space a little bit, whether you were the model or like I'm sure you follow a bunch of those running
Yeah.
photographers now, and um, I think it's a thing that can open up creative space for you to also give your input. So I think that that collaboration is really cool
Mhm.
when it comes about. But I feel like I am more the one to put the creative ideas together uh,
Mhm.
when it's something that I'm like, hey, I want to do this thing. It's a cool idea, and I'll give you all the photos and let's just run it.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to New York and do this thing. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it's just with those things a collaboration. But I would say I'm the initial one to come up with it. But it's also tough because sports, right? It's like
Yeah.
not so much creative direction sometimes in game.
Mhm.
Like I could be in a certain spot, I could set up cameras a certain way, but besides that, like I just got to be ready for the dunk. I got to be ready for
Right.
the emotional thing that I can't. I can predict it, but I can't like know what they're gonna do, which way they're gonna face, and all these things. So I think that's one thing that I definitely find myself craving within like games. I'm like, I like the creative stuff. I like the
Mhm.
direction of putting ideas together and producing this whole thing, or like going to the park and having different ideas and working with lighting and all of that. I really like the art side of it. So as much
Yeah.
as I can bring that into sports, I do. But I,
But I guess to your point, you can't really like if you're shooting an NBA game,
mhm,
right? And you're shooting the Knicks, it's like you have to be prepared for the shot, or but like that's it,
yeah,
right? I mean, but I also know nothing, so
yeah.
like, that's
Mhm.
it's so wild. It's
It's it
so
is
wild.
really it is really a thing that it's like you just have to be, I guess it's like that whole thing of like being ready for your name being called in a way. Like you just got to be as prepared as you can,
Oh, that's a good
because
way to
that
put it.
moment in
Yeah.
a way is almost like getting your name called. Like you have to just be prepared for that moment where you're going to capture this thing. And
Hmm.
are you a Knicks fan? Do you
I love
like,
the Knicks.
yeah, so the big
The
shot that
game the other night nearly killed me, but it's fine.
I'm a Celtics fan, so I don't want to talk about it, but
Okay, we don't have to bring it up.
yeah, we shouldn't. But the series before, Jalen Brunson like hit a big shot, and
Hmm.
there's this Nike ad now with him, but it's a shot from the guy that took it. It's like from the back of that shot
Okay.
of the game
Hmm.
winner, and that moment isn't maybe the most ideal in the sense that like he wasn't facing him, but like he
Right.
still had to capture that moment,
Hmm. Hmm.
because it was such a big moment. It was a big shot, and you know, and that happens a lot where it's like sometimes it's just a matter of catching the moment because it was a thing that happened and because it existed. Like you're kind of expected to capture it.
Yeah.
And like best case scenario is they're facing you or they're reacting right near you or the winning shot happens facing you. But
Hmm.
a lot of times that stuff isn't in your control. So you just got to do what you can with like the moment and just be ready for it. And capturing it in any way is better than not, you know? So,
No, for
um,
sure.
yeah, so I like the creative part of it and
That's
try
so
to push that
cool.
as much as I can.
No, it's awesome to hear because it's you give such a unique perspective on it. Like I think, I mean, obviously you're a professional.
Mhm.
Of course you give a unique perspective, but it's like I think people just immediately think of photography and they're like, "Oh, you just like point a camera."
Yeah,
But to your point, it's so much more creative than that. It's like
yeah,
lighting and angles and different, lenses and things like that. So it's really cool to hear, you know, the differences between your shoots, right? So I would assume NBA and tennis are completely different,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? Like tennis feels like is that a huge challenge? Is it like which one is tougher?
Um,
Because you have some insane shots. Like insane shots from and I was looking back and I'm like, "Oh my God, Luke did this. It's crazy. It's so
that
crazy."
so that whole thing, like Indian Wells, is just something I'm like, I love it so much. I love shooting tennis, and I wish I shot
Mhm.
more of it. But it's a very like closed off kind of, not gatekeeping. It's not that, but it's like this just very small space. You know, there's only 5 Grand Slams. There's a couple other
Right.
big ones, but they're not. You know, like
Mhm.
everybody wants to shoot every major tennis,
Right.
every major golf. Like they want to shoot all these big events, but like there's only so many people. So Indian Wells, I got that a couple years ago, and there was like this thing they were trying to test where they would give the players more photos and give them access to them.
Mhm.
So that got cut, but I met the guy that runs the whole team for Indian Wells photo, and so I through that met him, and then I reached out to him throughout the year. We talked a little bit, and he's actually the Pittsburgh Steelers photographer too, so he does like
Oh,
a lot of
cool.
sports stuff. And we just stayed in touch, and then last minute he was like, "Hey Luke, I know this is super last minute, but like a week in advance, can you come here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I was able to get brought back this past year. So now that's been 2 years with like the actual photo team, which has been really cool because that is I know the question. One of the further questions is
I know.
the favorite thing. Indian Wells is definitely my favorite event of the year for sure. I
Okay.
think part of it too is like I don't shoot as much tennis, and
Mhm.
that's such like a cool environment to be in. It's like such a great event, and then um, it's some of the best players in the world. You're like
Mhm.
so close to them. Tennis is very
I
different than
know.
basketball, and like the respect side of things. Like if you're coughing, the players will look at you. Like
Oh yeah.
meanwhile
Yeah.
in basketball, I'm used to like people screaming and doing all the most insane things.
Mhm.
Um, so I think it's just a nice switch, but also like the movement is crazy. Like the difference in watching it on TV and in person, like you really
Mhm.
see how much of an athlete these tennis players are.
Oh
And
yeah.
at first shooting that, it's like there's the technical things like you need to get the backhand, the forehand, the serve. Like there's these certain things, but then it's like the guy that runs the social, like the photo team for Indian Wells is
Mhm.
like, I also want you guys to be as creative as possible. And I'm there for 10 days.
That's so
And it's like the
fun.
same environment. Like the only thing switching is
Mhm.
the lighting from sunrise, sunset, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Some days it's gloomy, like, but all of those things you try to use to be creative. And it's really tiring. I'll say that because tennis, it's like we're there at 9 a.m. and we're not getting home until 10 p.m. And then we're
Yeah.
just sleeping, waking up, doing the same thing. And it's like I'm getting like 15,000 to 20,000 steps on those days. And it's
I know.
every day straight. So it's like they're definitely tiring, but also really rewarding. And also, like, I try to tell myself, I'm like, I'm also watching this for like, I'm getting paid in a way to like
Yeah.
experience this and watch this. So it's just like, I don't know. It's a really cool thing. It's definitely very different than shooting basketball, and every
Mhm.
sport has their differences. But I would say after like getting a feel of it, it's like something that I've been able to get comfortable with pretty quickly. And uh, yeah, I don't know. It's been such a cool experience that I try to take advantage of and be like, let me do the best job I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's super, super cool. And awesome that he wanted you last minute. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like that's
that
such
was
an
great.
honor
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
and
mean,
there was
you're
only 2 of
extremely
us.
talented and you of course deserve to be there, but it's
Yeah,
so awesome that like he was thinking of you in that
yeah,
moment and wanted you to be at Indian Wells a
it
week
was
before.
I
It's
know, I
crazy.
know, I know, and, it's what's crazy is, like, I reached out to him in, like, the end of November.
Mhm.
He was like, "Oh, we don't need anybody." And then, like, literally, whatever it was, mid-February, he was like, "Hey, can you come out in a week and a half?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of
Nuts.
course." And that's also like, there was only 2 of us of the 9 people that were on this first team to do
Mhm.
whatever my first time there. Then they cut that, and it was his team still doing photo. It was just a different. They were 2 different like places giving photos to 2 different things.
Yeah.
So then when he just called me back, I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Of course.
And it's so nice there too. It's like gorgeous there, and the weather is like 80 something, some days 90 when it's 30 here. So it's like you're surrounded
I
by
know.
mountains, and it's crazy. It's such a cool experience.
It's one of my bucket list tennis
Yeah,
tournaments because I go to the US Open every year,
yeah,
and every year I'm like, "Oh, this year I'm gonna go to the Miami Open."
mhm,
Obviously, it's not a Grand Slam, but I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Miami. I'm gonna go to
yeah,
Indian
yeah,
Wells. I'll go to like the Australian Open," and then I never do it because
yeah,
I like can't figure out like how to work the
yeah,
ticketing system in
yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
And then I'm
yeah,
like, "Well, I can't fly halfway across the world."
yeah,
But no, it's a bucket list for sure. But to your point before, I think what I admire so much about your photos is that you have a way of like balancing like athleticism with personality. And I think that it's a tough thing. And I know it sounds silly out loud, but I think from like a fan perspective, it's a tough thing to balance because you have like your I'll use tennis as the example, but like you have your Alcaraz and he's like scrappy and he's moving around everywhere, but and he looks angry, but he's not angry, and you can
yeah,
kind of feel the emotion through the photo. So
yeah.
it's so cool that you're able to do that, and I hope you know that it's truly a talent because people see it and people
Thank you. I
recognize it.
appreciate that.
It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's something I think about it, and I'm like, how can I do this? How can I show these moments that are maybe gritty? I guess I challenge myself in the way that I try to show the personality
Hmm.
in a way that's like telling, like you kind of said, like a storytelling vibe, like through the photo. Because in my head, I think about it, and I'm like, oh, we see, videos all the time where it's like a sad moment, right? And you have the
Hmm.
sad music and everything, and it makes you choke up or cry, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and like that's insane. That's an insane moment to capture too. But I think there's factors that play into it. Like you're seeing the action of the person crying. You're seeing the
Hmm.
music manipulate that a little bit. And so through photo, it's like this frozen moment that I'm like, how can I give people that feeling? And I'm
Yeah.
not saying I have to cry or anything, but like, how can they look at this and be like, this is a huge moment, knowing that it's someone that's not a tennis fan, seeing Alcaraz
Right.
cheering after a win. Like,
Hmm.
I want
And then
people to,
the like on the opposite, it's like you see him miss a shot or he
yeah,
loses a match or like,
yeah,
and you get the like hands
yeah,
up and he's
yeah,
leaning back. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
feel it through the
yeah.
photo.
And I think that that's, I don't know, I think that it's such a cool thing to share and to show and to be able to have people see that.
Hmm.
It's just something that's really unique, and I try to do my best to always challenge myself to, do the best I can to capture those moments and try not to miss them. Um, just because I think if I'm able to do that through photo, that's to me a huge achievement because it's this captured
100%.
moment that's like I want people to feel something from it. And if you could do that, then it's
Hmm.
like, oh shoot. And
That's
now
the
like
talent.
if somebody doesn't know who Alcaraz is or they're not into tennis, they could still see the photo and feel what it is.
Hmm.
They don't need to know it's
Exactly.
Carlos Alcaraz to, and if you do, it's gonna show that it's just a bigger moment maybe that was
Hmm.
captured. But like I want people to see these moments, not know who these certain athletes are, and be like, I feel something from this image. So I think
Yeah.
that that's something I try to consider a lot too, because people are fans of all different sports. People aren't fans of sports, and if I
Hmm.
could still push that message to them in some way that it's like this emotional moment or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
then I feel good about it. So I
No,
definitely try to carry that
you
through.
do it. You do it well, Luke.
Thank you.
You do it well. Do you have is there like an individual that you've ever shot with aside from like events that you were like this is highlight of my photography career so far. And if you don't have to, if you don't have to pinpoint one, you can be like top
Yeah.
three.
Well, I think two of the biggest moments happened last year, which was just sick for me. I know this is also one of the further.
It is. I know we keep jumping ahead. I'm too
Um,
excited.
I I think the first one that wasn't on the list, but um, the USA gold medal shoot with Tyrese Halliburton.
So cool.
Um, my really good friend does video for him,
Hmm.
so he captures a lot of like everyday life things for Tyrese, and he's one of my like best friends, and we do a lot of work together. So he's a videographer, and I'm the photographer, so we do both together, and
Hmm.
we even do
Is this
some
the one you
jobs.
sent me? I think you sent
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
So
connected us. Yeah,
we've been trying to like do something
yeah. Hmm.
together, like creating some kind of space where we're able to get more work together. So that's why I tried setting that all up, and we'll definitely do that. But he's also like very busy during basketball season
No,
with
totally.
flights and everything. So um, he told Tyrese told him that. So I met him once previously, but it was
Hmm.
like a quick thing at All Star Weekend that was also in Indy. So it was just a very quick moment of like meeting him, saying hello. But it was obviously hectic there.
Hmm.
Um, and then he told my boy Zach that he wanted photos of the gold medal, like him winning his first gold medal. So,
So
um,
sick.
and he wanted it with his dog and everything. So, uh, Zach told me, and I ended up going there, spent some time with them during the day. Uh, Honestly, we just like hung out, had food, chilled, then went to the studio. Crazy because he has like a stylist too. He's super into fashion, so his stylist was with us and picked out these certain outfits that were like kind of like old
Oh my
school
God.
vibe. Then he had the jersey. Then he had like the jersey that was signed by all the players on the team. So I'm like, bro, like this is crazy. Like that's LeBron signed that, Steph Curry, like all the biggest people. And he's
Insane.
one of the younger guys. Like he didn't play much at all, but like there's a part of you that knows that you can play, but like you're not going to play over these people.
Hmm.
Because like
Hmm.
just like
Yeah.
KD, LeBron, Steph, and you're a point guard, you're not playing over any of them. That's three point guards right there.
Yeah.
So doing that shoot was like just a really cool moment because it was also I was the whole creative direction for that.
That's
So that
awesome.
was really cool where we went to a studio. I set up this whole thing studio. I had like that American flag, and then the I had like a certain colored backdrop, and I had all these different ideas, and I brought them with me, and we just had these moments of like showing as much of that American like USA basketball winning as much as possible, like showcasing that, but then also like then having his dog involved, and it was like okay, this cute moment of like his dog means so much to him, and his dog is named Ames, and that's like where Iowa State is, I
Hmm.
believe,
Hmm.
where he went
I
to
think you're
school.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he named his dog Ames, and like his dog is such a big moment for to him, and just special.
So
And so it
cool.
was cool to do that. And then obviously the gold medal in itself was like sick. So I'm like,
In
bro,
person. You got to see it in person.
those things were heavy too. I was like,
I
bro, like,
bet.
and then I like the part of it that he is into fashion and everything. So we kind of like added this like swag to it at times, and
Hmm.
so it wasn't so much as proper like smiling with a gold medal. It was like, how can we do that and show it in like a fly kind of way? So we
That's
tried to
so
do that,
sick.
and that was cool because then after the game, he took us to the Fever game, and we were like courtside because he has his own like he's Tyrese Halliburton in Indiana, like
Yeah.
he's sitting courtside all the time, and so we got sat courtside with him, and we were just watching the game. And Caitlin had like 35 and 10, and like it was just crazy. It was a crazy environment. She
So
was like,
nuts.
she was talking the whole game, and then the crowd. It's just that like basketball's a huge thing there, and that
Yeah.
like it was like easily sold out, like easily. And there's
Nuts.
so many little girls like holding up signs for her and everything. It's just like so cool to see that up close, and then also being courtside. Like that was sick.
Especially when she was like blowing up too,
Yeah,
right? Wasn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
was like her?
And that
Yeah.
was her first year in the WNBA, where it was like this whole thing where she was kind of getting a lot of
Like,
backlash from players saying like, "I'm not going to let
yeah.
her be this or do this," or So
Yeah.
it was just a cool moment. And then the other one is the Slam magazine cover. Um,
So cool.
yeah, that was a last minute moment as well, like a last minute thing that they reached out to me for.
That was the first time? So you were, for everybody listening, Luke was featured in 2021,
Yeah,
right? It was inside the magazine,
yeah,
and then 2024, your photo was on the cover.
yeah, yeah,
So, like, bring me back to 2021. What were you thinking, feeling? Like, how did it even happen?
yeah.
And then we can fast forward to 2024.
Yeah. So my really good friend, he's like a mentor to me, but he's also one of my closest friends, Johnny Izquierdo. He's an amazing photographer. He's from Jersey, now lives in Nashville, but he kind of is the guy that gave me the blueprint to like everything, and all I did was really follow it and just do
Mhm.
as much question asking as I can and learning as much from him and assisting and working as hard as I possibly can anytime I was around him to show him like I want to do this. But then we're also really good friends and we still are. Like I'm helping him out next week with something. He's coming back to Jersey, but there was this one shoot for Slam that I didn't know was gonna be. I didn't know that first shoot was gonna be in the magazine at all. It
Mhm.
was this kid, Derek Whitehead, that's also from Jersey. He ended up going to Duke for basketball. And now he's in the NBA on the Brooklyn Nets. But he, it was this random shoot with him. Johnny just asked me if I wanted to do it last minute, and I don't think I ever worked with Slam before that. So I was like, "Yeah, of course, this is sick." And
Yeah.
I went. I had no clue. We were talking about like different ideas that we are gonna do on the shoot and everything, and they were like, "Oh, because in the magazine we do it this certain way." And I was like, in my head right away, I had to play it cool, of course.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, "Bro, what? Inside the magazine?" Like, and this was
Oh
the
my
first thing. Like,
god.
I was also for me growing up playing basketball. Like, I collected Slam magazines when I was a kid. Like, there was like 20, 30 of them, like just stacked up
Mhm.
on my dresser in my room with every month.
Full circle. That's crazy.
So that moment was just like crazy to me because I was like, now if there are any kids collecting this magazine, like those photos are in it forever.
Mhm.
So and also along with that, real quick, that first feature in the magazine, that guy Johnny I was just telling you about.
Mhm.
There's this kid that played high school basketball in Boston named Terrence Clark, and that year he passed away. He got in like a bad accident over summer. Johnny did a previous shoot of Slam with him. So when he passed away, they did like an exclusive cover. That was
Wow.
technically my friend Johnny's first cover. They took a photo and it was like an exclusive version of the issue that was out, and it was a photo of him with the basketball and his face on it, obviously.
Oh
Um,
my god. That's so
and
special.
that first cover was the first feature that I had in that magazine, also. So like I had no clue, and he had no clue
What?
either that that was going to be my first feature in that magazine. So like that was a really like coincidental moment where I was like, this has to be like meant to be in a way.
Totally. Mhm.
And now so when that happened, I had two of them opened up to the like article with what I did, and then
Mhm.
a cover that he signed, and I have it like printed up in my room, and it's like framed and
Oh,
everything. So that's like a really cool moment that we're able to share. Yeah. So I was, but that first moment, I was super excited. I was just like, this is a moment I wanted and like
yeah.
had no clue of, but I have to be ready for it. So I think it went pretty well for that first one and having that pressure of like not being prepared for it, but then
But then yeah, it happened.
having to be prepared in the moment
Yeah.
of like them telling me that. So yeah, that was then, and I just
That's
remember
super
being
cool.
super stoked about it. So yeah,
That's so cool. And a full circle moment too for the first one, like with a mentor. I think
yeah,
that's so
yeah,
special
yeah,
because they can just relate to anything, right? I feel like I have those moments in running where, you train with someone, you run with someone, and then you cross the finish line together, or you cross the finish
yeah,
line like 5 minutes apart, right? But you get to celebrate together. So
yeah, yeah,
those special moments and things coming full circle are really, really, really special.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
definitely, yeah,
I
yeah,
love to hear it.
yeah,
And then I guess, Luke, I'm jumping ahead because now we're segueing into running here.
yeah,
When we were talking about doing our little shoot with your friend and a little video, little photography session with running, you had told me you were just getting back into running.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
still doing it?
Yeah, I ran today actually. I've been running. I've been running since it's been
Yes.
nicer out. I am not
Yes.
good at it in the winter
Finally.
for sure because I'm not running outside and I'm
No.
not running on a treadmill either. Like I'll run on a treadmill, but I'm not doing that for long, long distance.
I know it's
It
tough.
gets me like 5 miles max on a treadmill, which isn't a
It's tough.
little, but like if you're training for something. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I went on a run today. I've been trying to do like that whole zone 2 thing.
Are you still using Runna?
I well right now, so I need to definitely do that again. Rana.
Yeah.
I've just been using like my Whoop and then Strava also, but I'm definitely gonna do Rana again. But that helped me a lot last summer because
Hmm.
even if I didn't always like sometimes I noticed that I was like lifting also and doing running, but I wasn't doing it every time the workout was supposed to be. So like later on towards the end, I was like in week 7 or whatever, like dying doing one of the workouts.
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm not prepared to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Run like a half mile at a 6 minute pace and run a half mile at a 9 and then
Yeah.
keep doing that. I'm like, no, I'm not, I can't do that.
No, it's tough. It's
But I would
tough.
just do it and like just do it in like the sense of just going and working out regardless. I would go run
Hmm.
and like if it said like something of a split like that, right? Like 6 minutes and 9 minutes, I would be like, there's no way I'm reaching those numbers, but let me just run faster for this half mile than run
Yeah.
slower for the, I applied the principle of it. I just
Yeah.
reached
It
those
counts.
numbers. But
Everything
yeah, yeah,
counts.
I showed up. And that's what I've been telling myself too, because it's like this constant thing of like having to reach a certain time or a certain pace and
Hmm.
that's one thing Zone 2 has helped me with.
Just like staying consistent.
And just like allowing yourself to be like, yeah, this isn't a great number,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
try to
But
stay.
listen, it could be great for you. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, but see, a while ago, I would not allow myself to like. I'm not hearing that. Like, no, I got to run fast
oh
or
yeah, yeah.
faster,
Yeah.
But like the
Yeah.
same two thing, it's like some of these times are like over a 13-minute mile, and I'm like, what is going on? But
Nice.
then like adjusting to that though, and allowing yourself to just be in it, and I'm still
Hmm.
soaking sweat and like
Hmm.
burning calories, and so it's like you're still doing it, and then there's times where I'm running faster, and I'm
Hmm.
learning what works for me, but I've been doing the zone two like as I've been getting back into it. So
You're killing it. You're killing it. I told you. I told you this when we first talked about it. Little by little, step by
mhm,
step. It's tough. Like I'm
yeah,
kind of in this period right now where I finished Boston and every day I'm like I would rather do 1,000 other things than run right now
yeah, yeah,
because every time I go out to run right now, it's to your point like a way slower pace than I'm used to and I'm
yeah,
like, can you just stop putting pressure on
yeah,
yourself and just
yeah,
run like a 9-minute mile? But it's tough. It's
yeah,
really tough to kind of find your groove and like mentally stay in it and not get sidetracked or
yeah,
like, discouraged, but I love it. I love that you're sticking with it. And
yeah.
you're still doing maybe the New York City Marathon? Are we going to convince you? Bring you
See,
to the dark side?
I'm gonna be honest here first. I ran a half marathon a couple years ago with my good friend Casey, and I mean, she destroyed me. She played Division 2 lacrosse. They're like a national championship team. She was in
Mhm.
great shape. So like she destroyed me, but I did it. And
Yeah.
my only
Yeah.
goal was to not walk at all. And I probably only had like a month and a half of training.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, all right, let me run further each day than the day before. That's all I
Yeah.
was doing. And that's definitely not the way to go about it. But then like when I did it and didn't walk at all, I was like, okay, cool. I could definitely do this again. But doubling that, I don't know. Like I definitely want to
It's a
do it.
long time. It's a
I want to
long
do it.
time.
I don't
You
know if
can do it.
2025 will be the year to get it done, but I think I like need to get a couple more half marathons under my belt first.
Totally.
Just to even I think mentally I could do it. Like I think
Yes.
I
I
would
mean, I
be
think you could do it physically too. I
yeah,
just
but like
think
but I'm gonna hold myself to some kind of standard.
yeah, like
So
I feel like you've convinced yourself mentally already
yeah,
and now you just need to like convince yourself physically that you can
yeah,
like do it at whatever you
yeah.
the bar you set for
Mhm.
yourself.
And
But
I
that's
think I
the
want to
hardest
do it
part.
safe. I wanna do it in the way that I'm also able to enjoy the process of it
Mhm.
and like realize it's not once I reach that marathon, that's it. Like I think I want to stay in shape and continue to do that.
Mhm.
So I think for now, it's like if I train for a half marathon, I do that. Right after the half marathon, it's like, okay, cool, let's start over the process, but now train for a marathon or another
Yeah.
half or whatever it is. So
Yeah.
because I never trained like really correctly at all for either one.
Mhm.
So I just want to do it in a space that I'm able to say, I'm enjoying the first workout and the last one before the half. That I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the half. Then I'm enjoying the first workout and first and last workout going
Yeah.
to the marathon, and then I'm enjoying the marathon. Like right now, if I started training for a marathon, I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm just going to be like, let me just
Let me
get
go through the
I'm going to
motions.
26.2.
Oh, I know, I know.
I want to enjoy it because I enjoy running. I
Yeah.
really do. So I think it's something I just want to, I guess, like ease into.
Hmm.
But I'm not at a bad point. Like I ran like 5 today. But I haven't like
It's
ran much more than
anything
that.
is good. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah,
I think it's
exactly.
just anything is good. And
26 points. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing some of the people
no,
like,
it's disgusting.
and I've taken
It's
photos like of those moments and the people falling to the ground, like people literally like
hmm But
everything.
the more you race and the more you sign up for these halves, the more you're gonna see.
Yeah,
So
like that's what I'm
don't
saying.
get
I don't.
scared. No, no, but to your point, it's scary. It
Yeah,
really is scary. I mean,
that's
I'm confident you can do it.
that's a far drive, and now
Yeah.
you're out here
That's like a
running
45-minute drive, an hour drive. I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel like it's like 45 minutes to an hour.
somewhere around there, and you're running that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
running it, and not like a lot of people like. What's like average? Would you say? Is there an average or no?
I don't know. I think it's just
Or like what's
everything's
like a decent
changing
number?
now.
What's like a good number for someone that's just doing it just to do it?
I
They
feel
train
like
a little bit.
everybody, and I'm not saying this is a good number because I don't want anybody to come for me or a
Okay.
bad number. It's not a good or bad number. I just feel like everybody that I talk to that's like, I want to run a marathon and either has previously run one but like not really trained or is like gonna train for one but isn't like super into running, they're almost everybody's like, I just want to be under 5 hours. Like that is the baseline that people tell me all the time. And then
Yeah.
I turn to them and I'm like, you could do it in under 4.
Yeah.
But
5 hours is crazy.
you
That's
could do it.
I
You could do it.
I just want to.
I'm confident.
I also want to get to the point where I'm enjoying the shape I'm in for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where I'm able to
Yeah.
like be like, okay, these are these are numbers that I'm giving room for per mile,
Mhm.
but like this is I want maybe this pace going into the whole thing
Yeah.
versus like just get it done and like I just want to be like I'm ready for this, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally get that. I think because I think the feeling of being not ready is more unsettling than actually
yeah,
showing up to the start line, in my opinion. Like, I'm doing my first ultra in South Jersey in August, and
yes.
it's 12 hours of running.
Yeah, no,
It
you're that's
I,
there's no,
like,
I'm
but I
speaking.
don't. And my only goal is to like, and my coach originally was like, Alex, you could win this. And I'm like, okay, let's not get crazy. I haven't run more than 26.2 miles.
Yeah,
And then I started to think about it and I was like, I can win it. But maybe for the first one, like, let's not try to like go crazy and go nuts. And
yeah.
it's more just become about like, wait, I actually want to be able to run for 12 hours, run walk for 12 hours because I'm not going to run the whole thing.
Is it a
But
time
like
thing or is it a distance thing?
12 hours as many laps as you can. So it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and you can't start the last lap after 6:30 p.m. So whatever you have before 6:30 is what you have. And that's your mileage. But I want to be ready. Like to your point, I am scared shitless for sure, but I want to show up and like be able to run walk it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
that's the vibe. Like I'm not trying to run the whole thing. I'm not trying to go nuts. I'm not trying to win. I want to get a certain amount of miles because you get like little things to
yeah.
like commemorate your mileage. But like
That's cool.
I just want to be on 2 feet. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? Like I don't want to collapse.
Yeah,
Like that's just kind of how it. But to your point, like I want to be ready for it. You
yeah,
want to be, you know, I got to be ready for the 12 hours.
yeah,
It
yeah.
might kill
I mean,
me.
you're crazy for doing that. I'm maybe one day, but
You'll do it. You'll
yeah,
do it.
we have to get to another half first. Small steps. We got to
Yeah.
get to a 5K first. You know, I know I
We can
technically
sign
ran
up for
it.
one together.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for one. You have to
You
run at
sign
my
up.
pace though. I'm not running at yours
I will run at your pace.
because I
If you
can't
sign
run.
up for a 5K with me, I will run at your pace.
Yeah,
Promise.
we might hit
Um,
30 minutes, but it's okay. We
it's
show up.
fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. We show up and we're gonna cross the finish line. Doesn't
yeah.
matter the pace.
Could be a
Literally
zone
does
two
not
run for
matter.
you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
A zone 2 run would probably do me a lot of good if I'm being
Yeah. See,
honest. Like
there
I
you
need to
go.
calm down.
There
See?
you go. See,
It's all good. I love it. I
that's
love it.
crazy. Good for
And
you.
we need you in the running space with all your photos.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I
Where are you at with that? Are you just like on a one-off basis? What are you, what are you doing?
in
Are you
terms
trying
of.
to do some marathons and stuff for like photos?
I think that. I mean, I think it would be cool. I think it would
Yeah.
be something I'd be into for sure. I think I would. I think that would be cool if I was like, let's say you are training for this ultra marathon, or not. Whoa, I need to rely. Isn't that 50 miles?
No, it's anything over 26.2. So I'm planning on doing like 60, I think.
Oh, geez. Okay.
We'll
So
see.
okay, but 60 is crazy.
Yeah, it's actually
That's,
makes me want to vomit. I don't
oh
even know
yeah,
why I said that because now I'm gonna have to run 60 miles.
yeah, yeah. And now I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna text you during it and be like, you gotta.
Please do. Please
But
do.
let's say there's a moment. Let's say like you training for it, right? I
Hmm.
think it would be a lot more appealing to me to be like, let me document your story along the whole time,
Hmm.
preparing for that, and then being there doing it, and like
Yeah.
all of it,
Yeah.
versus like just go to a marathon and take photos
And
for it.
shoot.
I
Yeah.
think I would like my friend Johnny. He actually does the campaign for the whole Boston Marathon, so all the photos hung up in Boston are all his. And
That's
I mean,
so cool.
obviously, so sick. But then
Yeah.
he shoots the marathon too, and
Hmm.
uh, I think it's really cool, and you're able to like capture certain moments, but being a part of someone's journey and by their side and documenting that and sharing that
Hmm.
in a way that I could also show up and be creative on my end and you just do your thing
Hmm.
is like something I'd be much more excited about than just going to a marathon and shooting the
And
photos. But
shooting.
now if
Yeah.
I'm getting paid and hired to do it, I would do it for sure. I would do it
Yeah.
either way. It's just that if I was able to follow an athlete and document their journey, kind of have that access that not everybody sees or
Hmm.
has to that person is
Yeah.
something that I like to take pride in like capturing, I
Yeah.
think. And
Yeah.
being that fly on the wall but still showing their journey and allowing them to show that and then also maybe it be a project for me or something like that.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think
And you're able to be creative,
yeah, and
creatively
I think
showing someone.
running would be cool to get more into. So I definitely will for sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
when, you know?
I know we need you. It doesn't matter when. We
Yeah,
need you over here.
yeah. We'll talk about some things because that actually sounds cool to maybe document some of your journey. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
sick. That'd be
yeah,
sick. All right,
yeah.
I have one more question before we part
Yes,
ways.
yes.
Um, if you, I'm not even gonna ask it as like a full question.
Mhm.
Dream collab, dream shoot. Who are you standing with other than the ones you've mentioned? Because I mean, all of them are just insanely cool. But if you had to
Um,
pick one,
huh. It's a good question. I'd like any athlete to shoot.
any athlete. I mean, I guess it could be an athlete or anyone. Like,
Oh, this might be not long list, but there's a couple people.
all right,
I
you can give me a couple. I
yeah,
won't pinpoint it to one. That's tough.
I'll
That's like
give
somebody being like, "What's your favorite concert you've ever seen?" And I'm like,
yeah,
"It's not even
right?
fair. It's not
It's like
fair."
there's genres to music. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
fair. Um, well, I'm a ginormous Justin Bieber fan.
I feel like
And
I knew that. I
for
definitely, yeah.
anybody that would judge me for that, I don't care.
Hmm.
I will anybody in
Hell
my life
no.
that knows me well, they know I I'm listening to Justin Bieber. I've always liked him. Also, I just think he has a really cool vibe to him. Like he doesn't care. He wears
Hmm.
things that look crazy but somehow look good. Like I think I would want to just have like a portrait session with Justin Bieber. That'd be sick.
That'd be
Um,
sick. Like just portraits.
yeah, like that would
That'd be
be
awesome.
super cool. And maybe having like creative direction of it, that would be really cool. He's one of the people for sure. Um, Post Malone's another. That would be
Oh my
really
God, I
cool. Yeah,
love Post Malone.
both of them are sick. Um, Athlete wise,
You and Post Malone.
come on,
That would be insane,
right?
Luke.
Right? Come on. That'd be crazy. One day we're speaking it into fruition here.
That's
He's gonna
right.
see this somehow. Somehow Post
He
Malone is
is.
gonna be watching
Posty.
this podcast.
You
And
know what's funny? Side note, and then I need to hear more about your love
yeah,
for Post Malone because I love Post Malone. I have a friend, Jared, and we manifested a time for him to run in Boston while he came on my podcast a few weeks before. And I was like, "You're going to podium." I'm like, "You're going to get like second place."
yeah.
He literally got like second place.
Oh wow,
And
yeah.
I was like, "This is nuts." And then another one, I was like, the guy who helps me produce my podcast, Eric, he was like, we should like have this media company and start to get like little podcasts and start to edit more people's podcasts. And like we are literally editing a bunch of people's podcasts,
Crazy.
right? And like it's
Oh,
just a manifestation podcast. So
Yeah.
Speak it into existence now.
You have this superpower on your podcast now.
You are photographing
Post
Post
Malone
Malone.
might want to be on here next.
I would
Once he sees
I
that.
would die.
Yeah, see?
Your love for Bieber is my love for Post Malone.
I really like Post Malone too, though. He's and also I think I like their personalities. I think it would
Totally.
just be a cool vibe. I feel like I would almost be friends with them if they weren't famous and they knew me, you know.
Hmm.
Athlete wise, I would probably say Steph Curry would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Trying to think who else would be like a really cool athlete to shoot. I mean, obviously, like Tom Brady would be sick. Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes, like some dudes that are really legendary in their sport.
Hmm.
Um, Messi would be sick. I think
Oh, Messi.
athlete is really cool, but I think like overall athlete that I would have loved to shoot was Kobe. I think I would
Hmm.
like if I was able to have a portrait session with Kobe because of what he is to basketball and me growing up on playing basketball
Hmm.
would be like the most legendary thing I could think of. Um,
Yeah.
Besides that, I'm kind of open to like really anything. I think a lot of brands. I think
Mhm.
some bigger brands. It'd be cool to have like campaigns with them working like really big. There's a couple. There's a couple like movie stars too. Like Timothy Chalamet would be sick.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
He would be sick. He's
Michael
got
B.
such a good
Jordan.
personality for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Him
Yeah.
and Michael B. Jordan are probably two of my favorite actors.
Hmm.
Selena Gomez is like all time celeb crush. I would love to take photos of her.
We'll manifest that for you right now.
Yeah. We can't. I, I think shooting something with her would be just really cool because of her whole journey.
Hmm.
Obviously, with everything that she's experienced, but like also being so open about. I'm sure at one point she was on like medicine or something that made her, or had some.
Yeah, did she
She
have
has
was
something.
it
I
lupus?
think something
Yeah,
like that
she
that
has
made her
something like that. Yeah.
not be like this perfect
Hmm.
person she was before in a way. Like people, I remember like bashing her online about it and everything. But I think
Yeah.
it's like when people have certain stories, it's cool to share that. And I would like love to just give these people their flowers and be like, I'm a fan and I've always been. And there's
Yeah.
a part of me that like in the workspace, you're not supposed to do that. But like if I was able to just do something with them, I would just be like, listen, this is like a bucket list goal for me. So I appreciate you,
Yeah. Yeah.
person. And I think that'd just be cool to say.
So
So
cool.
um yeah, I think those few and then just working for big brands. But I don't know, I just enjoy all of it. And I definitely can say I work really hard and I try my best to always do my best job with any job. And
Hmm.
anything I'm able to get where I'm like, this is really cool. I'm like, this is just something I'm so happy about and I'm really grateful for it. And I do my best to remind myself of those things to just enjoy it and, you know, allow yourself to be present sometimes and enjoy the moment versus like comparison or telling myself I'm
Hmm.
not good enough or whatever. Because I experience a bunch of that. I go to therapy because
Same.
I like have
You and
to.
me both.
I have to, or else I'm not going to be good
Hmm.
enough for anything ever.
Hmm.
So like speaking
Hmm.
on those things is like a lot of people see this. Now I'm kind of ranting, but this is a thought. A
Yeah.
lot of people like
Spill it.
always see the cool stuff that we post, and this is
Hmm.
in life, but also like within photography. A big thing is like sharing your best work, sharing your coolest work, the things that you earned for sure. But
Hmm.
like for people that are younger and up and coming, or even me comparing myself to some of the greats and people that have been doing it for a long time, it's like that's just not always the case. It's like the things that you're seeing, but that's not the only jobs they get.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of things that I do that aren't the coolest or the biggest moments compared to some other things. But it's
Yeah.
like there are those moments too because at the end of the day it's a job, right? So like
Yeah.
if I'm able to enjoy half of my job that are like the sickest things I could possibly shoot in that year, and
Hmm.
I genuinely feel that way, then I'm like, that's pretty sick to me if I'm able to enjoy 50% of the
Yeah.
time that I'm working, and then I'm also able to
Yeah.
travel and do these certain things. Like sign me up for that. Like I'll do that for sure. And I think I'm
Yeah.
still I'm still shooting too when I'm doing graduation photos or certain events or whatever it may be. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm still shooting. It's just not the most greatest accomplishment thing that I've done. which
Yeah.
is fine. But I just I want to share that with people whenever I talk about it, that it's not always the coolest thing. It's not
Mhm.
always the bucket list thing.
Yeah.
You have to still do some of these things. You might not share them because it's not the work that you want to push out to the world, but it's still something that you have to experience and go through. So like for anybody ever that asks me about photography, I'm like, you see these cool things on social media, but that just know that's not all it is. There's a lot
Yeah.
of other things people do that aren't the shared things, but it's to pay bills or whatever it may
Yeah.
be. So
Yeah.
those things matter too and are part of it. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. And thank you for sharing that too, because I think it's it's funny, like it's so relatable to a lot of other jobs in a way.
Yeah.
And that's not to like diminish what you do and like enjoying 50%, but it's more like when you said that I immediately thought of my job, right? Like I mean, I work in entertainment and you take friends to a concert and they're like, "Oh my god, this is your job. This is so glamorous." Like, yeah, we're having fun
Yeah.
when we're here.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's
Right.
happening in
Yeah.
the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have no
Exactly.
idea what
Yeah.
happened 2 hours ago before we got here. You had no idea what went into setting it up. And that's not even to say that like they don't know what's going on. It's just I think it's really important for people to hear that if you enjoy at least some portion
Yeah.
of your job, right? And what you're portraying on social media is always or is majority of the time going to be like the coolest stuff you've ever done. Like there's so many other things that you're shooting. There's so many other things that I'm working on, right? Like it's so relatable to a lot of people. So I really do appreciate you sharing that. That was
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
awesome. So
Yeah.
thanks for that.
I think it's just something really important, and it's just a thing that I think at one point I was probably insecure of it,
Hmm.
but now being full time with it, I've become more secure, more comfortable with sharing that, and
Yeah.
also realizing that it's a thing, that it's real, that
Hmm.
there's probably a point I could be doing this for 40 years. And there's this one photographer named Andrew Bernstein. He's a huge mentor to me, but he has this whole book with Kobe that he did, and him
So
and
cool.
Kobe were like best friends. And he had this book that all of the pictures are Kobe. Kobe wrote about what each moment was. So it was
Oh,
like a
that's cool.
collaborative thing. And that book is like, it's called The Mamba Mentality. Like, if you saw the cover of it, you'd probably be like, I've seen that before. So many people see it, so like that don't
Hmm.
realize. But
Yeah.
it's just like this guy has been a photographer for 40 plus years, worked alongside Kobe and worked for the NBA that whole time pretty much too. But on his website, he still has like events, still has like
Hmm.
parties as like a subfolder that he shows pictures of. So
So
like that's to
cool.
show like that's part of it though.
Yeah.
Like that might not be as exciting as being with Kobe Bryant, but like that's still part of it where also it's a job and you might not want to say no to certain ways of
Yeah.
income coming in and paying for things. And if you have a family, he has a daughter, like I know that. So, it's all
Hmm.
these different things that play into it. So it's just something I try to remind myself and allow myself to share with other people. And I don't know. I want everyone that comes in the space and like lasts in it to understand that they can continue to do it even if it's not the most enjoyable at certain times.
Hmm. Yeah, it's important to not get discouraged.
For
And I
sure.
also think, like, to your point and about you, like, your content is so genuine, right? Like, I think you do such a good job of sharing. And I don't know if this is just my perspective because I follow you on Instagram and I see what you post and I know you, but it's like you are so genuine in posting what you're feeling. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you post
Yeah.
all the cool shit,
Yeah.
right? But then you post a video and the other
Yeah.
night and you had like your little spiel and it was so awesome. And I like, I'm like, I have to comment on this. This is
Yeah.
because you don't see that from a lot
Yeah.
of people. So I know so many people listening to this are going to appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
appreciate you
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah. Of
That's
course.
awesome.
I think the whole mental health space is something that in sports and work and everything just needs to be like there needs to be more of a light shed on that whole idea of what mental health
Agreed.
is. And then
Hmm.
also like in general for sure, but then also within men. And I
Yeah.
think that
And a
there are
career when you're
yeah,
critiqued,
yes,
right? Like
yes,
you
exactly.
open yourself up for
Yeah,
every critique
yeah,
possible,
yeah.
right?
It's
Like,
a vulnerable thing for sure. And
hmm.
I think one of the biggest things that has helped me is honestly, I grew up with my mom and sister for the
Hmm.
most part. So I kind of had this like unconventional way of growing up that was maybe
Hmm.
different than what some other people have experienced, and that's a lot of people experience it too. But like growing up with my mom and sister and being so close to them, like
Mm-hmm.
I just had all of those things that a strong woman is,
Mm-hmm.
like unapologetically in my mom.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned, and it's like now if I can do my best as like a man with mental health, and then also in a space that I am getting critiqued, and
Mm-hmm.
also just not even bringing gender into it, like mental health and how much of a thing it is now and how
Mm-hmm.
much focus it gets. Like, I just want to do the best I can to share that with people and also be that person to help guide them because I've experienced my own things and I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
ever make someone feel they can't reach out to me
Yeah.
or like hesitates to be like, oh, like, Luke has it perfect. Like, I don't want people
Mm-hmm.
to, I want people to be like, no, like, this is great. He earned all of this, but then also he has this moment of sharing this
Mm-hmm.
thing that he's experiencing or
Yeah.
sharing this thing on Instagram. Like, I really do enjoy, um, I guess, sharing some moments or some spiels,
I
with,
love it. I meant that with a positive
yeah, yeah,
connotation, of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
And I appreciate that. And I think it's just something I want to share with people as much as I can. And, um, a part of me can't help it. I just want to like help people, and it doesn't even need to be someone in photography. It could be someone that follows
Mm-hmm.
me, that I don't know, there could be someone that follows you for running, and then I take photos of you and they follow me, and then I want that person to be able to be maybe inspired or feel heard or something through what I'm
Mm-hmm.
sharing. So I don't want it to ever be just photography.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think I do my best to kind of share that. I need to do it more, but I do it a little bit
Yeah.
here and there for now.
A work in progress,
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah,
Always.
exactly. Yeah,
No, but again, I'll say it over and over again. It's so genuine, and I think it's obviously partially because I know you. And side note for everybody listening, like I admired your relationship with your mom and sister
yeah,
forever. Like I
yeah,
remember when we were kids and you and your mom were always so close and
yeah,
you and your sister
yeah,
and it was just like everybody was so close knit and it was
yeah,
so cute to watch and it was so wholesome because
yeah,
it quite literally carried with you
yeah,
as
yeah,
an adult,
yeah,
right? And I think it's such a special thing that you carry over to the people that follow you and look up to you and are inspired by you. So
yeah. Thank you so
hopefully you
much. I
find
appreciate that.
joy in that and hearing
Yeah,
that because it's true. I mean it. I
thank
wouldn't
you.
say it if it wasn't true.
Yeah,
So,
I appreciate that.
but
Yeah,
no, and I so appreciate you being here. This
yeah,
was so awesome, Luke. I can't wait to see you at the 5K that we sign up for because
oh,
it's going to happen.
yeah. Now
Yeah. Yeah. I'm bringing you back to 20 minutes ago when we talked about
yeah,
it.
that has to happen, and you reaching the 60 miles. Those are the two things that this podcast really was.
That's right.
I'm signing
That's
up for
right.
the 5K, and you're getting 60 done, 60 miles done
Yes.
during the ultra marathon. What is it
Yeah.
called?
Ultra marathon.
Ultra
Yeah.
marathon. Yeah.
60 miles. You'll do the 5K. You're going to
Yes.
shoot Post Malone and Justin. Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot to manifest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. This was.
But
Let's hope
no.
two of them happen for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But thank you so much, Luke. This has been awesome. I appreciate you coming on the pod.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to share my story as much as I can, and I appreciate you allowing me to do that.
Track 22 was so awesome to record. Luke provided such a unique perspective on running and photography, and I really hope you all enjoy that as much as I did. As always, don't forget to follow along on Instagram at _Allie G Show for updates and new episode drops, and follow along with Luke at Luke Schlaifer Photo. That's LukeSchlaifer photo on Instagram. I will link both in the show notes. And don't forget again, code Allie G on backline.com for some awesome discounts. As always, thank you guys for listening.